You know what I think is so funny, man? I was just looking back at old comments, man, from a couple videos. Like, don't get it tripping, man. I feel like people really love Tory for who he is, no matter what, and I respect that. So, you know what I mean? Watching my temperature rising video just for a little bit. Could you say I went and I clowned him hella hard? Absolutely. Do I think that I needed to tone it down? Hell no. Listen, folks. This goes for Tory. This goes for me. This goes for anyone when it comes to presenting yourself in the public. How you approach things and how you allow yourself to be represented is going to reflect upon people in a certain type of way. The result speaks for itself. I think one thing with Tory is he needs to definitely get on the QA, the quality assurance, not just for his performance, but also for his, his production, everything. It's important because, if you're not putting up, songs that are better than what you used to drop, there's an issue. It has nothing to do with nostalgia. It just means that you've just have kind of degraded yourself. And, like I said, you're going to have your stands that are delusional and they're going to say, no, he's always dropping heat and that's and this and that. But, I mean, you got to look at it things from a different perspective. What made him so dope back then was he was all about doing different sounds. And yes, you can make the argument that he's going to do an 80s acoustic, all that. But look what he's doing now compared to how he was doing it back then. And you got to think about this for a second. Back then, he was all about combining all different sounds into one song, like mixing different genres. You could feel a form of 80s mixed in with a bit of like guitar, with a bit about pop. He would do things like, I'm not even just saying 80s, I'm just for the sake of argument I'm mentioning that, but like he would mix in multiple types of sounds together. You would have a song where he would do some broken English 1 second, and the next thing you know, he'll be singing something in Spanish. We all know this listening to his New Toronto. He was all about being diverse and just hitting you with multiple ways, all in one track. Now he's all about segregating projects and records. Now he wants to have one record that's just all 80s, one record that's just all Spanglish, one record that's just all acoustic. That's what I'm saying. That's where, in my opinion, the issue lies in, is that he's forsaken what he originally created. So, yeah. I think I've made this point more than enough. I've definitely had a lot of people that first come at me that I think it's safe to say I've convinced them otherwise going down the road. And all it takes is just some more patience. I know you guys, the same people that were telling me to be patient, all it took was patience on your end to understand what I gotta say. And I know my videos are long, but trust me, I don't just speak out my ass. You know what I mean? So like, these people definitely get where I'm coming from right now. I just, look, at the end of the day, yeah, I make these videos as a message to get to the artist directly, but interacting with fans and understanding their mindset is also important for me too. And yeah, I saw the comments that I was replying to some of y'all. I won't lie, what I saw was a different type of mentality that I won't lie. In some ways or not. To me, I'll be honest with you. I was definitely like extra on the bashing. However, I don't see why I wouldn't be justified to feel that type of way. If you really understand how great his music is, you would definitely understand where I was coming from. Which a lot of people were saying, yeah, I feel what you're saying on most of the video. So yeah, if you feel like you can get by it, cool. But at the end of the day, though, I have to be honest with you, man. I really do, because he sounded like a damn fool. It's like, how do you go from "'cause I like when you like" to ooh, ooh, you know what I mean? It's like a huge difference, a huge gap. It goes from like listening to a real Tory Lanez song to like almost like a parody of what Tory Lanez is supposed to sound like. That was my issue, y'all. Like, I felt like he was making a fool out of himself on that song. And to me, that bugged me. That's why I was so, you may think I was coming across as negative. I was pissed. I was triggered. in reality, I was really pissed that he would water himself down like that. And look, at the end of the day, I know that this is a phase that he has to get through, but I just think that God has me doing this for a reason, man. Sometimes, you could be a phase and that person may be well aware of it, but sometimes we all need a helping hand, man. Like, we can't do it on our own. I've had visions, man, and it's crazy. It's coming again. It's like I'm going to be a huge focal point in helping him really change things for the better in his music. And honestly, bro, talking to y'all and really seeing your response has helped me try to look at things from a different perspective. Because I'm not a narc. Yeah, I might have got at y'all and we would throw some heats. Because I definitely believe in what I was speaking was right. But at the same time, if there's a better approach to where I think I can get people to understand me better and I can approach things a little more diplomatic than clown him, then I'm going to see that route and actually fulfill that. And to me, I think I've accomplished that as time grew. I've been much more diplomatic. I mean, I've been diplomatic no matter what, but that was just me kind of like just going on a rant and just going crazy. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, when it comes to being serious, I can do that. And I think when I presented that to y'all really started to fuck with me even more, which is dope. I love it. To me, I definitely jumped the gun on a couple people in that video. I saw that shit and I'm like, did I really felt that way? Oh man, I must have had a shit week that day or had a shit work week, because I definitely was during that time working at a pretty shitty place. I won't lie. But you know what I mean? I think that's important to me because honestly, man, like, I kind of grow fond of y'all. Like, a lot of you Tory Lanez fans, I grow fond of y'all. Like, to me, it's almost like we're distant family, man. I feel like at the same time, like, the vibes that I feel, it's like I feel like you guys feel that too, man. When you go listen to, like, I Told You, Lost Cause, I was just bumping not gonna lie, I was just listening to New Toronto 3. I was really trying to be fair and try to at least try to give it another listen. I still feel the same way, man. I'm not gonna lie, almost shed a tear of joy just hearing Back in Business. But man, like I said, I do believe in time he'll get there. It's just, for some reason, I'm given a vision that I'm gonna help him get there. So at the end of the day, I guess I gotta keep doing what I gotta do, but I gotta work on my music as well and get on that. But man, we all know, we all fucking know. I guess this isn't me really speaking as a fan, and I know people always question where I'm a fan of Tory or not. Nah, to me, I kind of just speak out of hard love. In general, I kind of look at this dude as his family. As crazy it might sound to y'all, I really do mean that. I don't care what people say. They can laugh at that, but no, it's just what he speaks on and the things that he talks about, especially back then. Those were things, like his mentality back then. I felt that, and to me, that just, it grew on me. And now it's like, I look at you as a distant relative. You may not know me, but I got to know you pretty well through your music, and people kind of underrate that and underestimate that. The fact that you can't know people through music is like, you can kind of understand who they are. You may not know 100% of what they did and everything, but you can get a good picture of what kind of person they are. Because at the end of the day, it's not like they're gonna be able to put up a facade and show them that they're like this tough dude all the time. God knows, and we all know. We all heard through his music, man. We've known that he's shown his vulnerable side, and when he has, that's where we really connect with him the most. And gotta go further than Loner's Boulevard, A Week Straight. You know what I mean? Dry Your Eyes, Happiness, Tell Me. It shows, man. And I think to me that's the most important thing above all else. That Tory's relatable to us, and because of that, we feel very strongly about him. So. To consider me a fan of Tory Lanez is an understatement. If anything, I consider the dude a brother. Regardless of how he feels about me, that shit won't change. Whether I'm pissed, whether I'm sad, whether I'm happy, no matter. You know what I mean? And I think some of y'all might say the same thing too. You might feel like he's a distant relative to you, and it's just because he had that ability. And to me, that's a God-given gift for him to get all of us united like that. And again, it shows in the power of Swavy. To me, I felt like he was mixing all the cultures together like a melting pot, which to me is like something that is very blessed, like, you know what I mean? And to me, I think that's what we all want from him the most, is that, just to bring back that love for all types of world culture and bring it all together. I mean, to me, you know, I didn't get that from International Fargo. If anything, I got that from Cruel Intentions, from the tracks that he worked with other producers across the world. When he was with the grime scene for a good minute, working with Snake Hips there and there. Where he was working on other tracks, Caribbean sounds and all that. I feel like, though, at the end of the day, though, like, just different types of personality. I feel like his genre mixed together, like LA Confidential, honestly, one of his best swavy sounds. He does it pretty well. And I think, too, is that he switched up his flow. People don't notice that. They don't really care because they think but he kind of like does sound like a lot like other people. Like New Toronto 3 definitely give me a lot of Lil Baby vibes here and there. Definitely Roddy Ricch heavy, like bites him hard. To me, I think he looks at it as a way to perfect himself. But to me, the best way to be perfect is to be the best you that you can be. And we all know who Tory really is and how he sounds like. I don't think that was any impersonation. He's got his East Side background, so to him to talk like a New Yorker, it shows in Daystar that it's part of him. But to me, like, trying to have to perfect his flow, to me, I like it when he was unorthodox, a little bit off. I like that shit. To me, that's character, personality, characterism that makes him him. His singing style, him being soft and smooth, you know what I mean? That's important. So, I think that's the most important thing I think he needs to understand is that, don't worry about, be fixated on the people showing you love for the music that you feel like, hey, it's making you successful, so why the fuck stop doing it? He's probably thinking that. But I'm just like this, even if you feel like those same people won't love the real you, the real music that you can make, there are people that do love that, and that you shouldn't forsake them and you shouldn't forsake yourself. You know what I mean? I hate that this is 12 minutes long, but it is what it is, man. I feel like I always get my best points right at the end, man, like right near the end before I conclude the video, so fuck it. But look, regardless, man, I saw that comments. I'm looking back at it, and I guess people felt like it wasn't that serious or wasn't that deep, but sometimes you gotta understand, like, if you let things carry on, things can get worse. So you have to speak on it now and then. I know sometimes you could nip at the bud too early, but that was a moment that I felt like I had to say what I had to say. And if it came across as negative, then, oh well. I did clown him a lot, so I could see why people could think that it was negative. But like I said, that was just out of pure frustration. And just like, why would you lower yourself to these standards? And that's where I could get why people said they felt me most of the way. So that was something I looked back, decided to improve on. And instead of, really just trying to like clown the dude and just, make fun of him and shit, I'm like, you know what? That's the last thing I should do. Let me be diplomatic. So I think right now where we're standing at, it's better. And I'm going to keep it that way. And at the end of the day, I know if people are still coming at me with negativity, even though I'm talking about this and that, there's something wrong with them. And it shows because people are still backing up what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not shooting him down. I'm not shooting him. If anything, I want him to believe in his dreams once more, because dreams don't die. They just go back to falling asleep, lying dormant. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I see people talk. At the end of the day, let me tell y'all, don't let it get to you. That's one thing I've learned. You could always talk back to me. They may look at it as petty, especially if you comment more than once or whatever, but sometimes we forget a good point that we want to make and we just go and say it again. I don't look at it as like me like feeling like I have to be, that I'm losing the battle. It's just, to me, I want to make sure I don't leave anything back that I should have said. That's what's more important to me. So if you notice, I'll comment like 3 or 4 times. I want to mention another point and then another point and another point. That's one thing I've been a strong debater. And no matter what, I know how to get on people's nerves a lot. But I'm not going to change that, because at the end of the day, 1, I'm not going to let nobody punk me. 2, I'm not going to let nobody think I'm stupid. And of course, last but not least, you know what I mean? I want to make sure nobody thinks that I'm not listening to them.
or that I'm ignoring them. Like, I don't want people to think I would ever want to belittle you. Even though, yeah, I can get crazy in the comment section. I understand that. But like I said, every time, that's a work improvement. All of us. That's something that my flaws, I'm going to improve on as well. So, anyways, I'm done. 50 minutes. Don't need to talk no more. God bless y'all. And, yeah, we'll see. Just letting you know right now, I'm working on a Vibing Out session on Ty Dolla Sign. As soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna be taking a break from recording and just kind of like focus on my own life and my own personal shit that I want to do. Because I definitely got music that I want to work on and I want to drop. And hopefully y'all check it out and hear it. So, anyways, this your boy Drew Blue signing out. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed. Alright, deuces.